Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Dream of Crafts. My name is Deanna and today I'm working on my 12 months of Gingies, and this is month number 12, so it's December. Running a little behind. I like to try to get it out on the 1st, but I have been extremely busy, so like everyone else. So I am working on some foam gingerbreads. This one I cut out on my Cricut to the largest size that I could, and it came out like this. I didn't use the face or any of the other elements, but it cut out like this. You can create a gingerbread by folding a piece of paper in half and drawing half of your shape, and then cutting it out, and then when you open it you have a whole gingerbread. I just happen to have a Cricut, so that's where I did mine. Now I have pre-stamped and painted part of the eyes here. I use the Peachy Keen PK-2514 Winter Face 3-inch Deb and Darlene stamp. And I use this little face here to stamp both of my gingerbreads. I have the boy completed. So this is the little boy. And I know it's big, so it's kind of hard to get the whole thing in the frame. But this is the little boy. And he is ready to go, but he's sitting aside, and we'll use him to put everything together later because this one will need drying time. So to create this, I used the smooth foam, and it comes in 2 sheets, and they are 9 inches by 11.9 or 0.9 inches, so not quite an inch thick. By 11.9 inches wide and 47.8 inches high. So it comes, I have this much left out of one sheet, and then I have one gingerbread cut out of the other sheet. So, and I also used it for the bases, and I'll show you those in a bit. So, and I used the little wire, the Floracraft little heat knife there to cut the foam. It works. I'll leave it at that. It does cut the foam. So I know there's other heat knives out there, and I might try another one in the future. But so I pre-painted these with 11307 chocolate brown Anita's all-purpose acrylic paint. So they got all pre-painted with that. I think I ended up having to do 2 coats on each one. I will not do the back, just the front. And what else did I do? So I got the stamp. All right, so then for the eyes, once I stamped, I had to paint the white like 4 times to get it to cover good. I've got my base of my pupil in there. I'm going to take, let's do some blue. I think the other one was blue eyes too. So we'll just, well, I'm going to do that last because I don't want to smudge up my paint. So let me grab a glue gun here, which is hot. And I have, this is from Hobby Lobby, and it was $2.99. Usually I wait till I get 50% off. So, and it's a 1/2 inch wide, and you get 3 yards. So we're going to just start gluing that all around this gingerbread. And I thought about starting some of this too, but I thought, you know what? We'll just do it all together. So I'm just going to start. And this was actually a fun project, and these will actually be standing up on a base. And I have created some other little goodies. Oh, I didn't know if I said, I got a big one I can do. I was originally started with some big foam balls bigger foam balls to create some gumdrops, but then I decided they were too big, so then I went with some smaller ones, and I'll show you those in just a bit. Those are actually for the base. So it makes it easy. It curves right around nicely. And I like my smaller glue gun for this because then it keeps the glue in there. If you have a bigger glue gun, you can get away with that too. It's just my hands sometimes are a little Lots of glue strings, but we'll pull those off all when we're done. And I'd seen a picture of one on Pinterest, and it didn't lead me anywhere, so I don't know who did it. So this was not my original idea. This was somebody else's. They didn't have a tutorial or anything. It was literally just a picture. So I thought, oh, I love that. So, and I like doing, I'll probably do more gingerbread stuff later on. I'm not going to stop doing gingerbread stuff just because it's not the 12 months of Gingies. But because I like gingerbread, and I bought a lot of new gingerbread dies and things this year. So I've done some gingerbread cards and things like that, tags. So if you want to just look through my video selections, you can find other little things that I've created with gingerbreads. But yeah, it's been fun. It has been fun. I enjoyed it. Like I said, this moves right along pretty good here. Moves right along. Get another glue stick here. And I'd like to add a little glue to the end, stick it in there, and hopefully it adheres to that and helps pull it through better. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, so this has taken me a bit of time to get everything ready for this, because everything has dry time, cutting time, deciding what you're going to put on it. It's like, ooh, it's a bigger project than I thought. But finally got down to where I thought, okay, I think you've got enough done that you can do the tutorial and show how you created this. And I'll give you a measurement here in a second on how tall this is. Like I said, I had to go within my parameters, and I can't remember. I think I used the widest point, and then because I can cut up to 24 inches, I think I went longer, but we'll know in a minute when I measure the thing. But you still can only go as wide as your foam is. And there's some people use the pink foam that you can get at the building places like Lowe's or Menards or them. That pink foam, and I just happened to be at Hobby Lobby and thought I'll just get it here and deal with it. And then the first one of those little heat knives or whatever they're called would not work, and so then I had to wait until the next time I went back to Hobby Lobby again to get them to exchange it, because Hobby Lobby for me is about 25 minutes away, so it's not real close, but it's not awful. But I don't drive out there every week or anything. I actually used to work for Hobby Lobby. I worked in I was in charge of, they called it the scrapbooking department, the paper crafting department. And that's where the department I was in charge of over there. So I used to go almost every day. But when I first started, my husband was like, isn't that like putting a kid in a candy store kind of work for you? I said, no. And at first, yeah, it's more tempting. But once you're there, by the time, it's like any work, you know, although I did love my job, it's like any job. At the end of the day, you get to where you're ready to go home. If you've ever worked in retail, you know what I mean. You're ready. You don't want to hang out in there any longer than you have to when your job is done. So, but at first, yeah, it was more tempting to want to shop and stuff like that. And not to say I didn't still shop later, but I think you just do less of it. You watch for the more of the sales and stuff, and so, but yeah. All in all, not a bad place to, not a horrible place to work, for sure. For sure. I'd have to put it as one of the, my most favorable jobs that I had in my lifetime. All right, let me get this down here to where I think I'm going to want it. Turn, and then snip it out of my way here. There we go. So, yeah, we've been just doing our holiday things, and I think tomorrow night we got family picture things to do, so. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get everything ready and done. Oops. It's like, come on. Get up there. There we go. Curled around. Well, I guess it'll be all right. All right. Let's try again here. All right. Like I said, there is a lot of glue strings. Should we get those pulled out of it? All right, let's set that aside. So that's done. For the little button, I used, let's see here, one of these. Let me gather. I didn't have my pipe cleaners ready here. Sorry about that. So this one here is already made. So I just took it and I started spiraling. Not real tight. Just spiraling it around. Till I get a button size. Now, I tried it two ways. I tried to put the, to glue the spiral, but it was too much glue. And one, it burned my fingers. Two, it ended up leaking all the way through it and was visible. So, what I'm going to do is put a spot of glue going in a couple different angles here. And then lay it down and then just hold it. Just hold it. And I see there is a little glue kind of seeping out here, so I'm just going to kind of press that in there. Yeah. Just hold it until it sets up enough so it doesn't spring out. All right, and while I'm doing that, let me measure this gingerbread here. So from the top of his head, or her head, it's going to be a girl this time, it is 14.5 inches. 14.5 inches by 11.5. 14.5 by 11.5. So nice size. So then for the green and white one, I had to put these two together. So let me kind of twist those together. And then we're just going to sit there and twist. And I'm just making them go around each other here. Not too tight, because if you do too tight, then it'll smash the puffiness of your Chanel stems. You can do that. So we might not need them. Okay, I think I can just hold it now. Twist it, twist it. That looks pretty good. And we'll go until we're about the same size as the other one. So same, I'm just going to start spiraling it. Just like that. I did look to see if they had the green and white already made. They did not. So, unfortunately. Unfortunately, they did not. Okay. Like that. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to kind of run a bead of glue a couple different directions here. Oopsie. Oh man, don't do that. It wants to come uncoiled. There we go. Now any of these shiny spots from the glue, I believe we can cover with paint again. So it'll be covered with glue here. I think if we add a little bit of brown, it'll take away that shininess. But all right, so we got that. Whoops, my little gingerbread man tipped over. All right, let's see what else we got. So we've got that. Oh, and do we want to do these ones going like that? Yeah, I think so. Let's do that too. So we'll come back in here and we will do that and cut. Okay. Lay out some glue on there. Like so. Just like that. Like I said, it's sometimes hard to remember because I have been working on this for a while. And I do a little bit and then go to something else, do a little bit, go to something else. And it's like, you better get that done. You better get that done. But these will be big enough to like sit on my counter or on a table. They will be substantial size. Nice and big. Maybe on my kitchen counter or something. We'll have to see. I can't sit them on the floor because I have dogs. So I have two dogs. I have a German Shepherd and a mini weenie dog. And they are, oh goodness, what are they now? About 10 months old? They're getting there. Improving by the day. Most days. Some days not so much. Some days not so much. Some days it's like, oh, I can't wait till the puppy stage is over. But I've got a ways to go. German Shepherds don't mature as fast sometimes. That's all right. It's okay. All right, now I think I'm going to do the eyes. So I'm just going to come in here like that. Small paintbrush. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. There we go. And I'm just going to do some blue right on the top edge of the black there. Put it at an angle where it's better for me to work. So you could do any color. I've done the eyes in green. I've done eyes in, and you don't have to do this part either. And you can hand paint a face on. You don't need to stamp it. It just gives me that extra start. You can see the blue eyes. And but I have hand painted many ornaments and stuff, so not that I can't do it. It's just that just made it a little bit easier for me is all. Now I need some white, and we will add some glints in the eyes. Okay. Just a little bit of glint in the eyes. Dot there, a small dot, a big dot, and a small dot. And then highlight. There we go. So there we go. Those are done. Now you could add glossy accents to those if you want, but I'm not gonna. You'd have to wait. If you do decide to add glossy accents, make sure you wait till your paint is dry. And righty. Now for the cheeks, I used, I can find it. There it is. Just this, and I think this is from Michael's or something years ago. And it's kind of like a Stickles. And well, let me do the red first. So that's not in my way. Once you get that glitter stuff on, you don't want to touch anything because it gets stays a little wet for quite a while. So we're going to do the nose. And then once that's dry, then I'll add a glint to that. It probably will not be dry before the tutorial is done, but I will try to remember to check it. Once I move on from something, it's a little bit harder for me to remember to go back to it sometimes. So, not on purpose. It's just that my brain switches gears and goes to something else, and it's just the way it works sometimes. And the stamping is nice because then I don't have to outline anything. I could still outline that with paint. And I gotta be careful not to put my hands in her eyes. Okay, a little bit down here. And on her tongue. And like I said, I will add some glint. I'll show you in the other one. Just in case I do forget, but I'll try not to forget to come back and add glint. But you can, I can add it to this one. Not add it to that one yet. So I'll do it to that one while this one dries. So let's go ahead and give her cheeks. And we'll set that aside to dry a bit. Nice and big. Nice big cheeks. And the boy I didn't do as thick because it's a boy. And you don't have to do it thick. Let's see here. Here we go. Okay. It's kind of weird because they don't seem to be symmetrical, but there we go. All right, so I'm going to set her down here. I have a paper down here, and it's near the heater vent, so it can dry a little bit faster, but it will take a few hours for that to dry. And you can see it shrinks right up. Okay, so let me go ahead and sometimes, and I don't know if I'll be able to get away with that, you can use a jelly roll pen. And sometimes you can use them. Just depends on what it is. Let me see if I can get it. Oh yeah, that might work on this. So, let's see. Give me a couple of, there's like a line and a dot and another dot. And then let's do one going this way. 2 little dots. Maybe highlight under there. Under there. Go. And we'll dot, dot, dot. Yeah. There we go. And it just kind of brightens it up a little bit. There we go. All right. This is still kind of drying. I did this a little while ago, so that's still kind of drying. All right. Oops. Yep, one of the little balls fell off. That's all right. That's all right. So then the next part is I cut 2 pieces of foam. And these were, I found my ruler again. I sit things down, then I can't find them. Wow! Where did you go? It's not too far. There it is. Okay. So these I cut at 12 inches long by about 4 1/4. And I cut 4 of them, 2 for each gingerbread. I glued them together, not with hot glue. I just used my art glitter glue because hot glue makes them melt. It melts this very quickly. Then I took, once they were dried, I took this puffy 3D paint, and I got this at Hobby Lobby too. And then I just created kind of X's going all the way across, all the way around. And then when that dried, I gave it a second coat. So that's how I got those. Then I mixed mustard 308064 Anita's acrylic along with 11129 Cafe a latte. I think it's Cafe Latte, and that's also an Anita's. And I mix those to just tone down that mustardy color. So, and that creates this biscuit-like looking thing, and it is painted all the way around. And it'll I only did 1 coat on this. I then took my gingerbread, and I kind of stood him up where I wanted him. And then I kind of just drew a couple pencil lines and then dug out a little bit of the foam. And we're going to hot glue him in there. Just carefully because, like I said, oops, this glue gun went off. Dang it. So we'll let that heat up a little bit. Maybe I'll use my little one. Like the bigger one, but... And hopefully it won't shrink up as much on the... But when I used hot glue on the other part before, it just melted away because there was no paint or anything on it. So I'm just going to stand him up in there. Let's see, are you going to stay? Not enough. It's not enough. Hang on. I'm going to wait till this other one heats back up. All right, well, that heats up. I'm going to bring this back out here. Let me get those strings off of there. There we go. Let me bring this one back out, and we'll see if we can do a couple more things on the other one. Even though it's wet, we'll just be extra careful. So you sit here. Let's get this one back out, and we're just going to be extra careful with the cheeks. And the ribbon I used was this gingerbread ribbon. You know, I don't know where it's from. I think Hobby Lobby last year. So $9.99, and I know they've had their stuff this year already 60% off for quite a while. So I'm just gonna create a bow. Let me move you just a little bit over this way. I'm going to create a bow. And I tried making a bow for the other one and making it so part of it wasn't upside down, but you know what? It just was such, it just wasn't worth it. It was just such a pain. And so I ended up just making, after messing with it, I finally ended up just taking it apart and making a bow. And one of them will be upside down. It's okay. It'll be okay. All right. So I'm going to get that tight. And then we'll re-loosen it. And I'm twisting things around so that they are out at least. Okay, small, not small. It's a hair bow, so I don't need it really big. When I pull it tight, it'll get a little bit bigger. So it's just constantly bringing it small, pulling it tight, bringing it small, pulling it tight until you get just the right size you want. Takes a little bit, but eventually it works. There we go. That's not a bad size. And I will have quite a bit of ribbon to cut off, but I'll save that maybe for maybe a smaller project. All right. So let me see here. We're going to do this way and this way. The scissors are getting dull. Oh, I did it the wrong way. Dang it. Not paying attention. Back this way. We'll make it smaller. Back this way. We'll just make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Perfect. Like I said, it's a hair bow, so it doesn't have to be really big. All right. So I want that. Okay. Look at that messiness. There we go. So that is, oh, gee, so Pete. Must have been a little bit of hot glue sticking up there. Yep. Yeah, get over there. So I think ah, look at the cheeks. Yes, they are moving. Let me see here. Oh my goodness sakes. It's going to be another part. I'm just going to have to cover that with more brown paint. More brown paint. It'll be okay. It will be okay. That's the bad thing about big puffy cheeks. This brand is not, that's the difference between this brand and Stickles. Stickles would kind of hold its shape better. So I will get off what I can, and then I will repaint that with some brown. And we will be just fine, because that will cover up. All right, don't tip it up. Goodness gracious. That happened quick, didn't it? All right, so this I want like here. All right, so let me, boy, do I want to do that? Yes, so I'm going to do that right now. I think I got my glue's hot enough to do that right. I like that. Just like that. We'll have a boy one and a girl one. Takes a couple seconds for that to start. Just a few seconds. Now, I will not be able to tip this to add the icing to the head, but I'm going to be using that same icing around on the base. So, okay, I'm going to sit this back down here. And like I said, I'll just go back with some of my brown paint and cover that up. All right. We will be using icing, the same icing that's on here. I'll be using it on here. And I did put glitter in it, but you really can't. I don't see much glitter. So what it is it's just the lightweight speckling from Dollar Tree. White paint into it to keep it white. Otherwise it turns kind of don't say white. Let's put it that way. Almost a grayish white, but not white. So I put regular Anita's acrylic white paint in it. And then I added some glitter, but I'm not seeing much. I mean, you get a sparkle here and there, but if you want a lot of glitter, I would say add it to the top when you do it, because there's not much. I mean, it's showing a little bit, but not very much. So that's all I did. And then I took these foam balls from Dollar Tree, and I just dipped his head in it to make him stick in there. So that's all I did for that. So let me see, are we hot now? All right, here we go. So I'm gonna add a good puddle there and a good puddle there. Okay, and stick these in there. What do we got going here? There we go. Stick those in there. Like I said, I'm going to put icing around there, but the icing I don't think is going to support much. So I was hoping the hot glue would hold it in there a little better. Once it sets. Okay, like so. Yeah, see, it melts away. Yeah. As it hardens. If I can get one really good, then I'm not worried about it. And he looks even. Looks pretty even. Okay, so if I turn them like this, you can see. There we go. I'm going to smudge back out here as far as I can. There we go. So just like that. Remove the ribbon stuff here a second. Yeah, they were actually fun, and I probably would do things because I do like it. I do like it. Yeah, see, it looks like this, and that glue is just not drying very good. All right. Let's see. Still not sticking very good. Still not sticking very good. It just keeps melting away further down in there. Yeah, it just keeps melting away. All right, might have to do something different here. Let me see. I got some dowel sticks. Let me see here. All right, let's see. I can get these. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to poke the dowel stick in there. Poke the dowel stick in here. I want it to go straight up and down. Oh, it's in there now, isn't it? There we go. I want it to go straight up and down. So that when I stick it in, it is straight. All right. We're going to snip those. They're just bamboo. So I'm going to snip them. And then see if I can stick those in there too. Those might hold in there better. Okay. There we go. All right. That gives it a little more stability. Happy with that. Okay. Oh, yeah. Getting it in there. Kind of leaning back a little bit. All righty. Yeah, there we go. I think that will work. I think that will work. Here we go. That looks better. That looks better. That seems to be holding a little better. There we go. Those are also from Dollar Tree. They're just the skewers in the kitchen section. Or you could use wood dowels. For the gumdrops, these are the gumdrops right here. So I took just foam balls. Just took a foam ball, and I took a blade, and I just cut a flat spot on the bottom. Then I took it and I rolled it on the table like so, and pinched it to try to get, and it compresses. This is like the shiny foam, not the, it's the sparkly foam, not like the styrofoam, not like the, yeah, the styrofoam, the compacted styrofoam. This is the shiny stuff. And you press and press and press and press and press, and you get it to the shape of a gumdrop. Then I painted them with just acrylic paint. So I used a green, I used a yellow, a red, and I used actually the Waverly chalk paint orange for that other one. And then once that was dry, then I put them on skewers, and I added art glitter glue and just some glitter, just my plain glitter, the fine stuff, not the chunky stuff here. I just used the fine clear glitter. So these are dry, so I can remove these. And you can see glitter's going all over the place. So, and then I also got these from Hobby Lobby, from the craft section. They're just some candy pieces. And this was the Christmas crafts. 5043039. It was $2.99, 60% off. So, and yes, these are bigger ones. I ended up going with the smaller diameter balls because I thought these were just too big of gumdrops for this little gingerbread. So I'm going to start icing this. Like I said, I already got this mixed with white paint here. I'm going to put it so you can, well, might have to tip it a little so you can see what I'm doing. Such a happy face. But you can, well, maybe not. I was going to say you can maybe see the glitter in there. There's a lot of it. And I did put quite a bit of glue in here, or I mean white paint in here. So it is a little thinner, but it will dry. As I stir it, you can see the glitter. So I'm just going to kind of, what I'm going to do is get it down here, and then I'll lift it for you to see. So, and I'm just going to spread the icing just on the top here, not on the base of the cookie, just over the top. And if I drip down a little on the sides like you would with icing, it'll be fine. I'm just going to ice it like you would a cake. This is like a little spatula thing I've had for years. The other end is kind of sharp and more like a scraping tool. So I'm just going to do that, and then we'll add maybe I might add some more glitter to the top, just to, make it look really sparkly. Now I'm going to fill in that gap there. Fill in the gap. Oh, my little German Shepherd. I shouldn't say little German Shepherd. The German Shepherd is kind of whiny. Go lay down, Lottie. Go lay down, honey. You'll be all right. I think she hears me talking, and then she thinks I don't know what she thinks. I have no idea what she thinks. Or maybe she might have to go potty, but we're trying to teach her patience, because she likes to wake me up in the middle of the night to go out potty. And my husband says, she's got you trained. You've got to stop doing that. And I said, well, I don't want to clean up potty on the floor. So trained or not, I'm still the one that has to clean it up. So I try to work on her during the day to get her to learn to be more patient and hold it a little bit, because there are times we have to go away, and then she has to know that we do not kennel her up. We never have. She's never even had a kennel in the house. The little dachshund, we have a small kennel for her, and typically we don't kennel her up anymore either, but their bladders are a lot tinier. So when she was smaller, I would kennel her up when I had to go to the store or something, just so I wouldn't come home and find messes. That and puppies sometimes play a little rough with each other. So for her own safety, I didn't want to come home and find that they had gotten a tussle or something, and then she would be hurt. So, and the German Shepherd they're really good together. They've been together since they were tiny, and they are only 3 weeks apart. So we had the German Shepherd for like 2 weeks, and then we got the other one. So they have been together since they were tiny, but they're still animals. They are, and you just don't know what's going to happen when you're not right there. So for the sake of leaning on the side of caution, I just do that. Now when I go away, if I have to go away for a little bit, I just put her in my bedroom and put a gate up. If they wanted to, they could push the gate over and get out. I don't. It's not like a secure thing, but they don't. They just assume that it's what it is, and they don't mess with it. So, but now if I walk outside for 10 minutes or something like that, I don't. If one of them, if they're in the house together, I don't worry about that. But if I have to be gone for 45 minutes, hour or so, then I definitely try to remember to separate them. And yeah, other than that, they're pretty good. They're usually pretty good. But so, yep, even the little one, she's getting now where she can hold it more. I mean, it's been quite the experience, though, training 2 puppies. And some days are worse than others, but all in all, we're making it through it. We are getting through it. Okay, so I think I'm going to sprinkle that with a little bit of glitter. Where did I set the glitter I was using? Oh, I'm going to lose lost everything else. Oh, there it is. So it was just this glitter here. Just premium glitter. I've had it for years. I'm just actually going to hold it right over my trash can. And, oh. One moment, please. Sorry about that. I have my phone turned off, but my other cell phone that I had before this one still I can't call out on it or do anything like that on it, but it still allows calls to come in. So that was my daughter calling to find out about dinner. They usually have dinner with us. All right, so I'm going to add, I'm not going to get this here. Oh, there we go. Maybe like that. I'm going to add my gum drops. I'm just going to kind of squish them down in there. Whoopsie. Let's do yellow one, and then maybe a red one, and an orange one. There we go. Smush them down in just like you would in icing on a cake. Maybe this one can go a little bit deeper. That looks pretty good, actually. So yeah, I was real happy with those. I came up with that idea myself using those balls because I thought I want some gumdrops, but I couldn't find ones to buy, you know, and everything gets so expensive. You know, I tried to do these things within a budget, and sometimes it's just way too expensive. So, whoopsie. Come on, get up here. Maybe do some of these. I might have to add extra here. Hang on. Put a little bit of dab behind there to hold it. Like that. And up against there. And the same thing to this one. I'll have to get another tub of this stuff here for the other gingerbread base because it's and if it leans back, that's not going to bother me at all because it's just not going to bother me. So I'm just kind of putting a blob on there, and then they can tilt back the way they need to. Oh, like that, maybe. Let's see here. So it's actually almost done already, which is kind of cool, right? So yeah, give it a try. It was actually really fun. Think about maybe giving it a try and seeing what you think. Lean this one up against there like that. I'm going to try to use all these. I might put some on the back too here. But yeah, I enjoyed it. And I think, I mean, these will be able to use these for years to come. So we'll be able to use these for years to come. And I just put that on the corner there. Let me see here. This one a little bit more. Jizzies on there. There we go. And then, oops. Yeah. Okay. And I might make some more gumdrops with back, but I'm probably going to have it sitting where you won't see the back. But I might make a couple more gumdrops for the back. So just in case, I'm going to put one on the back side here. Like this. And we'll put that like in the middle here. Kind of like that. And then maybe just do a couple more gumdrops for that. You can use other candies too. But I'm happy with that. I really don't want to tip it right this second because I don't want everything to come sliding off until it dries in there good. But that is basically how I did that. And like I said, it just all I seen was a picture. There was no tutorial or anything. So I don't have anybody to send you to for a different tutorial. If you have any questions, please feel free to go ahead and comment or email me, and I'll do my best to answer your questions and to help you out. All together on the stand, this is over 16 inches high. So on its little base, it's over 16 inches tall. But I am very pleased with this, and I'm in love. I'm going to just try to tilt it just real quick and hope nothing falls off. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? So much fun. I hope you give it a try. And if you're a subscriber, thank you so very much. I appreciate all my subscribers. Got a lot of new subscribers. And If you're not, please consider doing so. Just go ahead and hit that red subscribe button down in the right hand corner. When the bell pops up, if you select that bell, you can be notified each time I put up a new video. As always, I wish you and your family many, many blessings, and I hope everyone has a safe and love-filled holiday season. Hugs to you all. Till next time. Bye-bye.